Have you ever met someone who genuinely enjoys being alone? Not because they're shy, not because they're antisocial, but because solitude feels like peace to them. They don't crave crowds. They don't chase attention. They're not afraid of silence. They live in it. But here's what most people get wrong. Loving solitude isn't loneliness. It's emotional evolution. See, there's a big difference between being alone and being lonely. Loneliness hurts. Solitude heals. And psychology explains this perfectly. People who enjoy being alone often have something called high self-awareness. They understand their thoughts, their triggers, their emotions, so they don't need external noise to feel complete. While others seek validation from likes, messages, and approval, these people find comfort in stillness. Their energy doesn't come from crowds. It comes from clarity. They know how to sit with their thoughts without drowning in them. They can process their feelings instead of running away from them. And that's what makes them emotionally stronger than they appear. Psychologists also link this to introverted intuition, a deep inner world where people constantly reflect, observe, and create meaning. That's why many creative thinkers, artists, and deep souls prefer isolation. Because when the world gets too loud, they find inspiration in silence. But here's the truth that few will tell you. People who love solitude weren't always this way. Most of them learned to love being alone after being disappointed too many times. When you've been misunderstood, ignored, or betrayed, you stop chasing people for peace. You start creating it yourself. That's why they set strong boundaries. Not because they hate people, but because they've realized not everyone deserves access to their energy. They've discovered what psychologists call self-sufficiency, the ability to meet your emotional needs without depending on others. It's not pride, it's protection. And ironically, those who spend time alone often build the healthiest relationships because they're not looking for someone to complete them. They're looking for someone to complement them. They bring calm instead of chaos, depth instead of drama, presence instead of attention. So, if you're someone who loves staying alone, don't let the world label you as cold, distant, or weird. You're just comfortable with your own company, and that's rare in a world addicted to noise. You've reached a level of emotional maturity that most people spend their whole lives searching for. Because the truth is, the one who masters solitude never fears losing anyone, not because they don't care, but because they've already found peace within themselves. If this made you pause for a moment, hit subscribe, because here we talk about the psychology that explains you.